Hello, and good morning, fellow crafters and stampers. Oh, excuse me. This is Nemi Bastone coming to you from my crafty studio in Cooks Creek, Manitoba. I guess an empty screen is kind of boring. I just wanted to say hello, and don't forget to like, share, comment, so that you can win and get entered to win this week's card series featuring the Wild Bunch stamp set, which is the product of the month. Sorry, I had to go get my coffee. Forgot it in the microwave because, you know, I constantly nuke. I'm constantly microwaving my coffee because I'm always forgetting about it. I know, it's horrible, right? But hey, what do you do? So either that or drink it cold all the time. Okay, I think we're up and running. We should be good. So, I can't believe it's like the last week of June. Canada didn't win yesterday, but they do move on, unfortunately, to the top 32. They play this Sunday at 2 p.m., so I hope you watch it. I have soccer tonight. Let's see, do we have soccer again tomorrow? I think so. And then soccer on Saturday. And then, I don't know, maybe it ends and then we get July off. But July is when I start my new job, so things are going to be a little different. I am going to have to switch to evenings, probably 7 p.m. So hopefully I can come to you every day in July. And then August, when I get our schedule, I have no clue what it's going to look like. So we'll go from there. But today we are still hanging out with the Wild Bunch, of course, and creating more fun with it. We've used the Highland cow. I've played with the snail. We did koala, and now we're going to do our beautiful penguin. So, and then tomorrow, let's kind of combine it all together and give them all some love. So we're going to create with that. I'm also going to call Throwback Thursday because some of the paper we're using comes from Nests of Winter. So I have to use this. And here's another major throwback that is probably going to shock you all. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. So I pulled out, I can't believe, like there's, what year was this? Okay, this was Celebration 2022, January Celebration. Does anybody remember this one? This one is one of my favorites, and that is because it has so many amazing cute dies. It's the dies that actually get me. They have like these 3 hippos, but what is interesting is all the little accents. I couldn't get rid of it. So you have a boat, you got a bucket, you got some waves. Oh, did I bring paper for that? Yeah, I did. And then like what got me is the little splashes, the umbrella, the glasses, the goggles, and the little tube here. So this was such a fun set, but I kept it because of those dies. So, and lo and behold, I'm bringing it back right now. Holy throwback, right? Okay, so I'm gonna put that one aside and I'll show you what we're creating. Oh, by the way, if you haven't yet, Hooray for Birthdays is coming up. So July 10th is the last day for that one. And just a reminder again, if things are not there for you, don't forget to click that little box there and hit notify me so that you can be notified when it is available. I know there's stuff that are missing right now and we all want it. Okay, so here's a funny. Are you ready for it? Good morning, Shell. I'm gonna give you your morning laugh today. I was working with the blends and then I did this. I went to go clean my blends and I cleaned it on my card base instead of my scrap paper. I kind of missed. So thank goodness we're gonna cover that up. So I'm gonna fold it this way so that I can just cover that up later. I'm like, what the? So I'm gonna make sure my scrap is here so that way I don't screw that up. Okay, the card we're going to create is this one right here. I thought it was cute. I hope you really like it. And I hope it brings you a smile. So it's really quite simple. So we use the 3D Waves embossing folder And then I just cut a piece up like this. And my apologies. Oh, there's a frog in my throat. Hang on. And I'm just going to add some blending to it so that it's not so blah. So we're just going to blend 3 sides. I hope that made you laugh. So we're going to take this and I'm just going to, you know what, I'm going to tap it on here because I have scrap. Remember, keep the scrap. Let's make sure we have enough ink on there. Don't need a ton. And, oh, if I'm going to use that, then I'm going to use it. Okay, then we're just going to get some ink on there to really bring out that 3D effect and make it look a little more like water. Okay. Okay. And get that in. Don't really care about the top but you can do it because I'm just going to cover it with my version of Waves of Water. I was going to bring in Rolling Waves and use that. But really, it's not supposed to be waves because, you know, there is, well, yes, there is water. There is water for penguins, but I wanted it to look more like, you know, piles of snow or ice or something. So I decided not to use it. And then when you're, you know, happy with it, just leave it. You don't have that folder? Really? It's a biggie. It's a biggie and an oldie. Well, it's not that big. It's a 6x6. Yeah, you know, same thing. I totally missed the Lazy Daisy 3D embossing folder. Marie had it, and I was like, "What's that?" And she's like, "The Daisy one." And I'm like, "What Daisy one?" Totally missed it, and it just came in yesterday. So now I finally have it, and I'm like, "What the heck? How did I miss that one?" Okay, so where's my card base? Okay, so here's my card base. So this time, instead of using copy paper, I wanted a little more height and thickness, so I'm using cardstock. And this is just gonna glue down here along the bottom. And this is just scrap. So just so you know, it's 2.5 inches by 4. It's scrap. So just grab scrap. Speaking of scrap, here's more scrap. So we're gonna add some ripped white, so that it kind of looks like, you know, there's some water or ice in there. So we're just gonna rip it. And we're just gonna rip, you know, evenly, unevenly, however you really like. It's not a big thing. And then this will, now because this is the flat edge and I don't really want it visible, I'm going to use that to create as my edge there. So then that becomes my first row. And then I want another one. So I'm just gonna do another one. And then this will now have 2 rips along the sides. And I'll make it a little whatever. And then the nice thing is this piece is bigger, so you could slide it and move it as you see fit, as you like. So then this one will go, sure, that looks good. And then we need one that kind of tapers so that way I have a place to tuck in my boat. I want to be able to tuck in the boat. So I'm going to go kind of into a thinner piece, thick and then thin. So let's see what we got here. So I have that, and then I have this. Good morning, Christine. How was the weather? It's kind of really nice right now, I would say, right? So it's great that you were able to get a walk in this morning. I need to drag my son's butt out of bed and help me pick up the last of the grass that's lying all over my yard right now that I cut out of my garden. Couldn't do it yesterday because of the weather, right? So today I'm hoping I can get it done. Okay, so that's how that goes. And then using the paper from, where is it? From the Nested Winters. I had a boat sitting here. Oh, there he is. I cut out the boat using those hippo dies. So then I'm going to tuck that boat right in here, in between the two that we got going on, like so. Something like that, somewhere in here, so that we see 2 waves. And I can angle this a bit and drop that in as well. Okay, awesome. So let's get some of that layered on there. As soon as we get that, or as soon as we finish our stamping. So now we need 3 penguins. And I figured since I had my watercolored pencils out, I thought we would just continue. And I had these guys still left over, so guess what? They're going to be for tomorrow's card, because we do not waste. So I got my black, and I got my penguin, and so we need about 3 of them. So I'm going to stamp 3. I'm going to do one over here, save paper. And then I need a couple more. So I'll do one. Oh my God, the chickens are going, rooster's going crazy right now. And a 3rd. Okay, there's my penguins. They're so cute. So I'm gonna use our lovely pencil crayons again, because they were out. And I'm just gonna color in the noses with yellow. I think it's actually called Daffodil Delight. They're kind of small, so you know, I don't really care if I go over, because I'm gonna cover with black anyway. And then we're gonna grab our black, and then we're gonna add the coloring of black in there. Now my coloring doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm gonna make sure I'm dark on the top, and I'm dark up here, and then of course along the bottom here, kind of just give it some evenness, color it in. There. Right? It doesn't have to be perfect, because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my blending pen, and I'm going to come in and use this to smush around the watercolored pencil. Okay, so here's what it looks like before. And then I'm going to push that around with my watercolored pencil here, moving that stuff around. And now it looks a little more, it's all filled up. And I'm gonna blend that a bit. So really we're just blending and pushing that around. What I love about blending pens, now, you know, this is an old school technique. Again, throw it back to the past. And then I'm just gonna use my scrap, not my actual card base, which I did earlier. Very humid. It's supposed to rain later, I think. You know, because of course, because we have a game at 6 o'clock. So, you know, why not bring in the rain? And it's on Gateway, which means there's gonna be like mosquitoes, and there's no breeze. Does anybody have a breeze in their end or where you are? Because that means the mosquitoes are gonna get you. At least here. So I'm not looking forward to being in the garden today, but I gotta get some of it done. It's been a long time coming. Too long. Okay, so there's our 3. And then now we just need to do is fussy cut those. But since I don't want to waste your time, I've already done the 3 of them right here for you. And then what I also did was stamped the hat and then colored it in with red watercolored pencils. So we're gonna trim that up as well to put that onto our penguin's head. And then I used the cool glasses. Oh, where did it go? It was sitting right here. Oh no. Oh, there it is. It fell on my lap. So the glasses actually come apart and turn into glasses, or you can leave these little itty bitty pieces in there and keep it as sunglasses. So that's my plan anyway for one of these penguins. So I'm gonna grab my tweezers and my fine tip glue. You prefer that to a water painter? Really? I go both ways. Good morning, Patty. Thanks for joining. I like both. I like both because I like watercoloring, and I like the fact that the watercoloring too has like that big, huge, the big thick one. So, which I really like painting with. At least making messy backgrounds on. I think I need to refill. I need to refill this because it's it's not coming out, and I had trouble yesterday. Yeah, I think it's like empty, so I need to grab another bottle, or it's stuck, one of the two, and fill her up. So I'm gonna go with this and see where I go. That's why I have my silicone mat here, just in case. See if I get messy or not, then I can always just wipe it down. Okay, so let's get these glasses on. Oh my god, they're so cute. I can leave it like like that. Like, how cute is that penguin? OMG. So the new ones that come in Splash and Summer Splash stamp set and bundle, they're too big. So I had to go find something smaller, and that's why I brought in the hippo one. And I thought, oh my gosh, it's so darn cute. But since we are, you know, in Alaska and it's so bright, I'm gonna put the sunglasses back in. So anyway, I just thought it was the cutest thing ever. For some reason, I thought they were sunglasses. That's how long it's been since I've used the hippo dies, right? And then, so when I cut it, I was like, oh crap, they're glasses, they're not sunglasses. But the nice thing is you could do two-tone then, right? I should have did that. I should have did the rims in one color and then the black on the inside, just like the new stamp set comes, the new bundle, the Summer Splash one that has the bigger sunglasses. Did you also know there's a coordinating bundle that comes with that and some washi tape? Looking forward to getting that coming in the mail. There's our one penguin. So now this one we're gonna put a hat on. So I'm gonna have to trim this. So what I did was I just trimmed it right to the edge there. And I'm gonna curve it up like, you know, like it's going to go on his head. You know, because really it's not straight. It shouldn't be, I don't think. So I just added a little bit of a curve in there. I know, right? He's so cute. And then we're going to put this hat on. Now, what I could have did too is put a slit and then have it. But I tried putting it in the back and that just didn't make sense. So we're going to put the hat here on the front. Or I could go a little smaller. Maybe I'll just cut it a bit. Cut it a bit smaller, I think. That might help. It just seems so big. I know. Make these corners less harsh. And then that might sit on his head a little bit better. Yep. Yeah, it does. Okay, so I'm going to stick a mini glue dot halfway along the back of his head there. So just half. Like so. And then the other half, hopefully, oh, well, maybe I should put it in the right spot first. Right about there. So I've got half a mini glue dot. And then I'm going to use this to hold it in place, hopefully. So then you got half on the hat, half on the penguin. And hopefully that stays. It'll be harder to take off. I don't know if it's very visible, but there's that little, oh yeah, that little dot that kind of overlaps both. So that is our, and then our third penguin I just left as boring old normal. Just so that we had that little in the middle. Yeah, and put that aside. Like so. Okay, so now I got our penguins all ready to go. We've got our hat on there and everything else. So now we just need to assemble. So I'm gonna get rid of this. I'll put this aside. So we're gonna take this back in. So we're gonna put our base on, which is our waves, or what I like to call the water. Pretend water. You know, kind of reminds me of Happy Feet. Remember the movie Happy Feet? Had some amazing songs in it. Right? the one penguin, the main character penguin, can't sing, but he can definitely dance, hence the name Happy Feet. Haha. Okay, so now we're going to add this. So I'm going to just add some adhesive here. And then lay this right on top. And I'm just lining it to the top because I have 2 straight edges. And then that way it makes it look like there's less on the bottom. Like I said, this is about 2.5 inches tall. It's scrap. So whatever you got. And then we're going to lay this one on top and wherever you'd like this one to go. So I'm going to go a little higher because it's my 3rd layer and I kind of like this ugly dip there. So I'm going to keep it to the edge. And let's see, man, I just need new adhesive everywhere. Okay, let's see here. Now I'm going to keep, oh no, it's that one that gets tucked. Okay, I'll just keep the top open just in case I screw up. And I'm going to go as high as I can, or I think I need to go high. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll tilt this down a bit. If I tilt it down, then I need to go off the page a bit. There. And then this 3rd one is going to come here in the middle. Okay, that works out good. Because I want to tuck my boat in here. Right about there. So I'm going to slide this over a bit more so my boat can go over more. Okay, so right about there. So I'm just going to do the bottom half because I need to do some tucking. So let's see. Let's see if haha, under the sea. Okay. So now my boat's gonna go right in here. Perfect. Because I don't want to be off the page, right? Okay, so cool dude is gonna come in here in my boat because you know he's just too cool. I'm gonna put another glue dot on the bottom here. So the height of the glue dot is going to dictate where my boat sits. So goodbye, Happy Feet. And we'll put him right about there. Oh my gosh. I think he's just the cutest. Okay, so now I'm going to grab some dimensionals. Where are you? Here you are. Oh. Oh, what happened there? Oh, there's a mini stuck to the back. Hi, how did I do that? I don't know. No shocker there. Okay, so I can use the biggies. Well, let's steal these 2 in the middle because they lost their tops. Okay, so I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it there. So then that way it just holds the 2 in place again. And then I'll just stick a mini in the middle. I don't feel like wasting. So these 2 ends, I'm gonna slide this one up a bit. So I'm gonna put 2 mini glue dots there so it sits and then it's kind of sticking up. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with some tuck-ins. Of course, I have all that adhesive in the back, so it's harder to slide it in. Dude, so the bottom's out, the top's sticking up. Oh my gosh, that is just the cutest thing ever. I think it's funny. Okay, so now he's gonna go here. Okay, so I'm gonna do him first. So then I can tuck. So I'm gonna use 3 minis. So then that way I have my ends. And then plus this is slightly lifted. I got that here. I know, isn't he cute? Thanks. I'm glad you all think he's cute. Because I think he's cute. So tomorrow evening, if you're not doing anything, I'll be online at 7 to share my, to share the craft along for this month. So we'll create 3 cards. There's a little bit of work, so I'll do some pre-work beforehand because you got to color. And got to color our flower vases full of our flower vase full of flowers. And so it shall be a good time, I think. Looking forward to having the in-person today. So I'm going to tuck that one under this guy. Because he's like kind of the focal per se. And I'm gonna move this one up a bit. Oh yeah, I did. I'm like, did I put one on the hat? Too much in line. Sorry. There. Okay. Oh, it's just adorable. I don't often say that, but cutesy is not always my thing. So I'm gonna grab some Winkostella, and I'm gonna put some Winkostella on the hat there, on the pom-pom. I can also add a little bit of Winkostella on these guys. So I'll give them a little bit of Winkostella along one side. And give him a little bit on his belly here. Give him a Winkostella belly. And then we just need our sentiment. Okay, so I have a strip of black, again, piece of scrap of 1/2 inch, you know, because we get tons of those all the time. And then I'm just going to heat emboss, and we're going to use Sending Love, because we haven't used that one yet. Sending love, sending love. So where's my Versa mark? There it is. This is so easy and so fun. Those little sunglasses are to die for. I mean, I wish we had more of them. So luckily I had that old set, 2022, 4 years ago. I've held on to a stamp for 4 years. That's not like me. Usually I sell them off, but to those dies, I just, you know, I said, one day I'm going to need those dies. And here we are one day. So I'm just going to hold that down for a few seconds. 1, 2, 3. And then lift straight up and, you know, use some white that I forgot over in my other section. There it is. Ha! I cleaned up and put it away. That's funny. I've done some white powder on it. It says Sending Love. I think Happy Birthday would be cute because, you know, Happy Birthday from the Crew or something. I think that would be really cute. Do we even have something like that? Do we have something that says the Crew or us or we? I think that would be good too. Oh, ouch. Just bang the table with my knee. Okay. So we're going to add some heat. Right now it's just white powder. So I'll add the heat and have it change. Love how it changes. There we go. And then we just need to trim that down. So I'm going to grab my scissors here. And hopefully I cut straight. Close enough. And then add this to our card front with some dimensionals. So I'm going to use some black dimensionals here. Black on black. Not like anyone's really going to lift the card and look and see how. Oh, how's that popping up? Oh, I can't tell because it's black. Not going to happen. Okay. There we go. And then I'm going to grab my glue scissors, my glue snips here, and trim these off. Now that the glue has settled. There we go. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, so now let's grab my screwed up, see, good thing it's on the inside, not on the edge. So now I'm just gonna cover it up like so. Let's add some adhesive. And I chose not to use Pop-Tarts on this one because I've already got enough thickness, I think, that I want on it. And plus the penguins are also popped up. So we should be good. Remember we used to have another penguin set? I forget what year that one was as well. Feels like it was just a couple years ago, but it could have been longer. There we go. Oh, so cute. So adorable. Oh la la. Okay, so now we're gonna add some Yeah. Embellishments. And these ones are the array of dots. So love it because they have, I think it's 4 colors. I know I have a tendency to trim, so that's why I'm asking. I'm like, yeah, I think it's 4 colors. So I'm second guessing myself, I should say. Okay, so I don't really need the big one. It's just way too big, I think. So then we're just gonna add a couple here. So I'm gonna add one down here. And then another one up here, just to keep them together. And then we'll add one over here. In the water, wherever you like. I think I put it on the boat on the other one, but everything was closer together. So this time I left it separate. So let's take a look. Actually, I think we're done. Just like that. Done like dinner. Okay, let me just clean up here and I can bring everything in. But I believe that that's it. Let me find my card. Make sure I didn't miss anything. So we went white on white and then added 3 penguins. Make sure I'm in the screen here. And then we added the boat from Nested Winters, designer series paper, right? Nested Winters. So I want to make sure you, yeah, Nests of Winters. And then we just used some heat embossing there for Sending Love, which is the stamp set from the actual Wild Bunch stamp set. So the sentiment isn't from another set or anything like that. Because I think we've used, yeah. So we've used them all except for just a little note. So I guess we're using just a little note tomorrow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So you just have to use just a little note. And then this is from the Waves embossing folder. And then we just tore up the white to layer that on top. And then just colored everything with pencil crayons, watercolored pencil crayons, and then blended it a bit. So now it's blank on the inside, so you can do whatever you like there. Yeah, and now it's yours to win. So I hope you enjoyed that. Really quick and easy because I did all my fussy cutting earlier. So have a great day and enjoy the sun, and let's hope the forecast of rain later doesn't happen. And we'll see you tomorrow for our last sample of the card series at 9 a.m. Bye for now. Happy stamping.